Alright, looks like we're live. We'll see how this evening goes. Let me turn down the music a little here. Thank you for anybody tuning in. For everybody who was here the other night, I apologize again. Hopefully tonight's going to go better. We'll keep an eye on how things are streaming and frames and make sure I'm not dropping this time, but I think I've cleaned up some stuff, improved some settings, and we'll give it a whirl and see what happens. So thank you very much for joining me. I am Sir Charles the Eclectic Geek, and as I started to do the other night, again, this is going to be my Star Wars UCS R2-D2 build. Ta-da! I ordered this guy the night it went on sale. It went on sale at midnight, 11 p.m. my time, and the minute it went on sale, I went on Lego's website, and their website promptly crashed. Somehow I'm not surprised. Of course, as soon as that's available, everybody wanted it. So I went ahead and tried to get it, and hey Brian, how you doing, sir? Thank you. Tried to order it, and kept trying to order it, and kept trying to order it, and 20 minutes later, I was finally able to order it, and as soon as I ordered it, it was back-ordered already, of course. So, finally, give or take 60 days later, I was finally able to actually receive it, and I'm finally getting to go ahead and assemble it. So, my honorary little sister Heather has requested it, who will hopefully be joining us later tonight. I've got my Discord server set up to join in here, so if she's going to be able to join, she'll be chatting later tonight. We'll see if she's able to jump in or not. Anyway, Brandon's here too. Greetings, sir. Thanks for joining. So we will be getting started on this in just a few minutes here. Yeah. So I started doing the first set of bags and had problems. So that bag is ready to go. I just assembled it because it was only a whopping 7 steps in. So I figured I'd just start from scratch again. But we'll go ahead and give it a whirl and see how things go tonight. And gentlemen, as you're on, if I'm too loud or too quiet or whatnot, please let me know. I'll adjust my levels accordingly. I'm going to turn the music up just a little bit here, see how that goes. And I'll be talking to myself as we go along here, but we change views here and we'll go ahead and get started. Looks like Heather has gotten on the YouTube, but she doesn't remember how to get on Discord. Discord's a separate app, dear. So you just launched the Discord app. I sent you the link for that the other day in the messenger chat. You should still have that there. You can get on that way. Or just launch the Discord app and you should be able to join the, or you should still be a member of the Sir Charles server. And then go to the streaming list there, the streaming voice channel. You should be able to join that then. And that should do it for you. So, hope that is able to answer your question there, Heather. So for those who didn't see it the other day, as I mentioned before, this is the manual for it. As you can see, the manual's got some very definite thickness to it. So we're looking at 500 and something steps. We already know what it's going to look like when it's done, so I have no problem cheating and jumping to the last page to seeing what the final thing is going to be. The end of the book actually lists every single piece that is in all the different bags that we will eventually go through, which is really nice. It actually has the quantities of each one. It has the part numbers in case you end up missing one or losing one, so you can always reorder on their website, which is absolute child's play to do, I must say. In the start of it, they actually give history about R2-D2 and a tribute to our favorite Star Wars droids. They give you information about how he was built, how he was designed in English, Spanish, and French. You get to see some behind-the-scenes shots from the early days of Star Wars, all the different multiple builds of R2 that was being done at Industrial Light and Magic back in the day. Even a picture of the great Kenny Baker in R2. And as we tend to go through the actual manual, they tend to inject little stories and whatnot as we're going along. So it's pretty neat. They also tend to go, as we actually go through the different bag sets, and show you what the completed set for the bags is. So when we're done with bag set 1, what we have sitting here, it should look like this. We add in bag set 2, it'll end up looking like this, etc. So it's really nice kind of see as you're going along. And then you've always got the nice little multi-tool that comes along here, which is very, very handy to take things apart, wedge in there. We need to pry 2 pieces apart that have gotten in the way. Ah, hello, Heather.
Hi.
How you doing, dear?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Thanks for doing the R2-D2.
Oh, my pleasure, believe me. And so far, we're looking pretty good on the streaming. I'm keeping an eye on things, and we haven't dropped yet, so that's a good sign. All right. So we'll go ahead and just jump in here. Got a couple of my work colleagues, Brian and Brandon, online on YouTube here, so that's cool. Brian is the gentleman who's been giving me all the different pointers and whatnot for how to tweak all my settings. So, Brian, thank you very much for that. And anyone who wants to learn about programming and whatnot, Brian has his own stream and Discord server, full stack chat. Check out his YouTube channel. Give him a shout out. His stuff is absolutely brilliant. He's taking a little bit of a break right now, but he's got tons of videos online. You want to learn about all sorts of different things, check out his channel. I highly recommend it. He's taught me a ton of stuff over the last several years now that I've been actually working with him. Brandon is also a very talented developer in his own right. These two guys are just freaking brilliant guys. I love working with them at work. Their talent is just flipping immeasurable, so I've got a really great team that I work with. I'm very lucky in that regards. So, yeah, moving on to page 2 already, so. How you doing tonight, Heather? Oh, you are very welcome, Brian. No worries in the slightest. So one of the things they like to do is they like to, in the manuals here, yeah, 2 years now, Brian, hard to believe. They like to actually do little sub-assemblies that you'll then attach onto the component that you're currently working on at a given moment, which just makes it a little bit easier for whatever you're working with, so you're not trying to juggle too many pieces at one time. Always been very, very handy. And one of the things that I absolutely love is, especially when you're dealing with an internal piece like this is going to be, you're not going to see really any of this at all. You're going to have something just
I'm doing
completely...
good. Sorry. Charles?
No, no worries. No worries at all, dear. No worries at all. Since this part is going to be on the complete inside, you're never going to really see this, so they always include all these crazy colors that you get to play with, so it's always very pretty and colorful and whatnot, so I enjoy little things like that. Of course, anyone that knows me will also be able to confirm I'm also very easily amused, so that's a whole different story. So, alright. Heather, how's the volume level on the music? Good? Softer? Quieter? Louder? Alrighty. So it's going to go on here. Alright. One of those. another one of these. Goes on that side, goes on this side. Nice. And coincidentally, it was actually when I got to this step on Tuesday, which is when my streaming went crazy, so I'm kind of watching my percentages right now. I'm sure it was a coincidence, but hey, you never know. Alright, so far so good. Alright. So this guy goes on here. This guy flips around, goes on here. And as you can see, should be moving along pretty good right about there. Yep. And we have officially gotten further than last week. Yay. Thank you for the update, Brian. Good. Glad to hear it. Alright. So now I'll grab this guy. Grab a couple of black connectors here. This guy's going like this. Take another one of these with this beige offset. And he'll go on here from the looks of things. And he'll connect here. That looks right. And now we're going to grab this green L. And he holds him into place. And I'm just going to go ahead and move him up, it looks like. Now we're grabbing this guy. Got another couple of these long blue ones. I know this is the proper term, but I always refer to all of these interconnecting modular pieces like these as the Technics. Yes, you're Discording and YouTubing, Heather. Yes, you're multifaceted. Nicely done. All right. Looks like we're joining everybody at the top up here. I don't know if this is the proper term, but I always refer to all these. And I'm talking to myself through Heather's Discord. Thank you, Heather. No worries at all. Alrighty. Moving on. Take this guy.
I can't figure out the delay at all, Charles. This is really interesting for me.
Yeah, it's because I'm talking, and then it hits the streaming system, then it hits YouTube, then it goes to your system, then it comes back in, and
yeah,
it's just confusing as I'll get out.
Keith is listening downstairs at the same time to complicate things even farther.
Oh, it's never easy. It's technology. It's always a pain in the tuchus. Oh. But hey, that's why I know I got job insurance. I look at it that way. All right, this guy goes here. Oh. Yeah, it's just I have days where I'm just wanting to not think, and I'll just pull out a Lego set and just turn on a movie or a TV show or something and literally just zone out and just start assembling them. And to be perfectly frank, just get lost in the artwork and the colors of these things. I just think this stuff is absolutely gorgeous myself. Alright, so it looks like we're doing good here so far. I don't think I've missed any obvious pieces. It's always fun when you get to the very end of a bag or a section, you're looking at it and going, why do I have this 2x16 piece left over? Where did I miss that? Wait a minute. So. Alright. He's going to go on here. Alright, so it looks like they basically line up at the top there. Looks good. Cool. Grab this guy and flip him around. And 3 of these little black connectors. 1, 2, and 3. And he'll go on this side. So he lines up at the bottom there, so it tells me exactly where I need to plug him in. So that helps. They've gotten a lot better over the years as far as giving you some sort of a focal or reference point so that you know exactly one corner or one point to plug or attach something, so that as soon as you know one, pretty much everything else just falls into place, so you know exactly where everything goes, so you're not putting it at the wrong angle or way off. When I built out the Imperial Star Destroyer about a year ago now, that one, because it was a lot older, the manual was not as detailed as far as how you could have done everything in that regard. So I made a lot of mistakes and had to go back and redo things as I was going along. So that was a little bit of a annoyance, but I mean, hey, I lived, I learned. I had to redo several sections a couple of times till I found it just right, but hey, it is what it is, and for me, I still found it very relaxing. Took my time and got to relive a piece of my childhood, which to me was a lot of the reason why I get back into the Legos now, so. Alright, so there's that one. Okay, now we're grabbing this guy with 2 in him. Oh, and actually I need to do this twice. Let me pull that up to the camera. It's happened a couple of times now where you get a 2x operator. We'll borrow the technical term, the computer term. So you need to do this twice, so getting it put on both sides. There's been plenty of times where I've missed the 2x direction in the instructions. Only done it once, gotten like 14 pages later and gone, where do I connect this to? Oh, I completely missed that whole side. Oops. Yeah. I'm slow sometimes, what can I say? But again, it's fun. I laugh at myself, I figure it out, I go back and fix it. Alright, so now put the yellow on top. Again, more fun colors. And the black on top of him for step number 17. Alright. Now we've got this guy with one of the gray ones going into the middle here, and this guy going above him, it looks like. Now with him laying like that, looks like he's going into the what do you know? It looks like I did that already. I'm going way back because I missed something. Sure enough. 15, 16. Yep, way back to step 8. I did this side, completely missed this guy on this side. Ta-da! That threw off my reference point there. I didn't see that right there for putting him in place now. So it looks like he should go here, I believe. I think that's correct, and he's falling forward to right about here, so that looks right. I'm going to do one on the other side.
Does that happen a whole lot?
Where I just simply miss a piece like that? Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yes. I didn't see that right there. Mm-hmm. Putting him in place. And there's my recap of my missing it. Yep. Yeah, I do that all the time. It's just like, I go too fast and just not paying too much attention or whatnot. It's just, Like I said, if I miss it, I can always go back and fix it too, so not the end of the world. Not like I'm trying to do this for speed or accuracy or whatnot. I'm doing this just for fun. Alright. Now I've got some kind of a crank piece here, it looks like, going on the end there with a cross piece. Now this part here is actually got a plus right through the middle of it, so this guy actually goes in here. Come on. And he's being stubborn. It's actually wedged in there so he does not twist. So now, looking at the bottom here, we've actually got, I'll hold this up to the camera here, to see exactly where this piece is going to go through here. We've got the black connector, an empty hole, and then another hole, so that's where it's going to go through. So, looking at it, we've got the black connector, empty hole, and that's where he's going to go through. We bring that on. Popped it off. There we go. Okay. So now that one's on there. Now it doesn't really say it, it just kind of implies that the black piece should kind of be centered on here, so I'm just kind of guesstimating that at the moment. How big will R2 be? Actually, on the box here, it actually does say, where was it? I thought it did. Oh yeah, here we go. He'll be 7.5 inches wide and just over a foot tall. Okay, so that piece is done. All right. So now we're going to take this black piece, the brown piece here. I know my colors, really I do. We bring this leg up, this leg up. This is going to end up going right above the red one. Through here. And out the other side. With two of these yellow plugs locking it into place. Interesting. So it's like articulated. The minds that design this stuff, that just absolutely blows me away. So sometimes you actually get stuff in here that is not just Lego. In this little cardboard box, when I cut this open, normally with the minifigures and whatnot, this is where you'll get like the cape for Batman or Superman or Darth Vader. In this case, I got a couple of rubber bands. These look like the kind of rubber bands you would actually use like for your braces if you had orthodontics and whatnot. In this case, you can see that we're actually going to be using the rubber bands on this step here for actual structural support. So this guy will go on here around these red pieces. Which means when we do that and that, each position will lock into place. So now here's a little bit of a confusing part. It says we're on the bag 2, but we've got 5 pieces left over. This is actually perfectly normal. Anytime you've got small single pieces like this, Lego always tends to include extras like this. This is perfectly common. It's a combination of two things. One is these are so small, they include extras because their weighing system isn't perfect, and they'd rather err on the side of caution. Two is they always include extras because they are so small. These are the most common pieces to get lost. So I will literally just start and grab a bowl and literally just start throwing pieces in there. Because it could happen where there's going to be a piece in one of the later bags where I'll need one of these and it's just missing. Alright. We are now on to bag 2. Okay, I'm going to mute my mic for a brief second here so I can open this bag without deafening you guys. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Can I get a affirmative that you guys can hear me again if I could, please? So.
Okay, I can hear you on the Discord.
Good enough, thank you.
I can't hear you on YouTube yet, but I don't.
It'll come back, perfect, thank you.
Figure out the delay at all.
It's about 30-40 seconds. That's perfectly normal. Okay, I'm back.
All right, you're back on.
Cool, thank you. All right, yep, Brandon confirmed too. Cool. All right. So, with that, we're on to bag 2 here. So, with bag 2, we're going to start off with basically we're going to be building off this whole leg component here that will end up going right down the middle of this guy that we've built so far. So, go ahead and start off with the base plate here. Grab the 4 white 1x. Then we'll grab 8 of the gray curved pieces like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now, one of the things that when you go ahead and put these pieces on, it's a trick I picked up as a kid. I don't even remember what my dad taught me or if I just picked it up, is you want these things to be nice and parallel. So what I always tend to do is I always go ahead and actually put them obviously out of alignment and then just simply press them against the table like that. Because obviously as soon as you do that, that's going to line them up perfectly. So by having them explicitly out of alignment, as soon as you do that, boom, you know they're going to end up perfect at that point. So, one of those old-timers tricks, I guess you could say. I picked it up as a kid and it works beautifully. Along those same lines, in this case when I'm putting these gray pieces into place, which I'll hold it up to the camera in just a second here. Same general principle, especially once I get to this last one. These guys tend to not be perfectly aligned as well. I tend to grab a piece like this, run it right along it, lines everything up nice and squared. So, again, one of those old tricks I picked up years ago. All right, so now we're on to 2 1x6s, 2 2x2s, which are over here, and 8 gray of the rounded pairs, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. So, these go in the corners. There. And Shazam. Nice and easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, as they say. Alright. 4 2x6s. Start with the long ones on the edges. Then cross. And then we're going to top it off with another base plate. So we just made a nice big solid center foot here for R2. Then we're going to give his foot a little definition on the top. And this. And we got another going here. We got the other two corners coming in. And I have times where I'm looking for a particular piece and you just go absolutely blind and can't even see it for the life of me. I feel like an absolute idiot sometimes. Just going, hey, wait a minute, it was here a second ago. That'll go here and that'll go here. Alright. I got these 4 corner pieces. I guess the music just decided to stop playing. That's interesting. Wonder why that happened. Let's try and kick that off again. I was hoping that was still there. Oh. There it is again. Don't know why that stopped. That was weird. Alright, anyway. Okay, back to here. So we're grabbing these 2 bigger gray pieces now. Go in the middle. Alright. That was going to be an interesting little sub-assembly here. Grab the gray, a couple of darker gray with lighter grays. Black center pieces. More grays. And another one of these. Interesting look to the foot here. Find that kind of neat. Alright. Then we got these two on this side of the foot with what I call a grate going on top of it there. I don't know if these are proper Lego terms for these or not. That's just what I call them. Probably get bounced out of the Lego Lego Builders Union for using the wrong terminology, but oh well. Of course, I haven't paid dues in forever, so I'm already in trouble, I guess. That, and this. Alright, so we got those two, those three. That looks good. I'll finish off the other side of this. You, and wrong way. There we go. Alright. Then we cap these guys with him and him. Perfect. So now, put some feet on here. That looks about right for the placement of these, I'm guessing. That works. Alright. Now, one of the things that's nice is, and this, with the pieces that are left, this isn't as necessary, but down here at the bottom, if you're not sure if you're going to be grabbing the right piece, like if you are dealing with a used set, you just want to be sure you are grabbing the right piece quick, you can grab a piece and compare it right to the actual book, where they actually have a 1-to-1 comparison size ratio. So you can go, oh, this is exactly this piece. This is exactly this piece. And you know. Me personally, if I'm ever not sure, I actually count the holes or count the studs or count the bricks and go, oh, then I know I have the right piece, but some people like the easy way. Whatever. Hey, that's up to them. Alright. Put a black piece at each end of this guy. And then he's going to get a white one starting at this end. Come on. And then extend past the bottom. Got two of these longer blue ones then. That'll go in here. And at the very bottom. And then the counterpart white one will extend off the bottom here. Need a couple more black pieces here. And one up from the bottom for this light gray piece. So he aligns here, and also one up from the bottom, so that's correct. Good. So we got one more black piece to go in right here. And that's great. Looking good so far. All right. So now we've got the red one, which aligns like such. Then we've got a gray T-piece with black or blue stud that goes 4 holes up from the bottom. Come on. There we go. On the white side. Then we do the same thing. And it's on the gray side this time. Come on. There you go. So that one's pointing this way. This one's pointing this way. Okay, that's right. Got it. Okay, now we've got to assemble this with a cap with a pin. I need another one of these. That. The cap. The pin. And this is going in here. And that's going in here. And then I gotta put it on the other side as well. Alright, so that's him fully completed. Excuse me while I shift around in my chair here, get a little more comfortable. Alright, so now we're actually putting this guy into place here. Oh, fascinating. So what we're going to be doing is the leg here is going to go into place in the foot. The hole that's in the middle here that we made before, we blocked off one side with these two pieces. We're going to go ahead and slip the pin in place here from this side. So now the leg is in place. And then we're going to block off this side with these two pieces. And another grate on top of him. So the leg is now fully locked, but articulated, and it has some movement to it. That's pretty doggone clever, I gotta say. Wow. Again, the minds that come up with this stuff, jeez. Amazing. Alright. On to 53. So now, I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy together. Now, I've got... It's indicating that this part that moves has to be in the up position. And we'll slide this guy into place. And that's as far up as it goes. So, with 54 here, we're going to take one of these pegs. And put that into place. So, with this one little red peg we just put in place right here, it's now locking the leg from coming out of the whole assembly here, but it's extendable now. Alright. So now we've got this. He goes in the middle here. And then he attaches here. Oh, come on. Stop fighting with me. The pieces always do, of course. Okay. From the leg in this position. I already did it wrong. In actuality... Oh, fudge. Put that back in. Come on. Oh, this is not good. Okay, good. That's back in place now. Good. So I did not notice on the instructions that specifically I need to have it with the red pin part in, not out. That's what I was doing wrong right off the bat. So... This does not look like it's in the right place. There we go. Now it is. Okay. Alright, so the leg is up. That piece is on there, and he's in. Good. Looking right so far. Okay. Flip it over. These two are going onto him. So the problem I'm having is this black piece keeps sliding on me. I need to actually hold it in place from the other side as I'm putting these other pieces on. The one I was talking about before I needed to keep centered. I'm having problems keeping him centered, of course. Alright, that looks good now. So what I'm suspecting and we're going to run into here is down the road that this is going to be part of some mechanism that's going to be used to control this leg being extended up and down that I simply don't have insight into yet. This is one of my favorite things of building some of these slightly larger Legos is when I start building a Technic part on the inside where I have no idea what the actual end product is going to be. When I built the Shield Helicarrier ages ago, is having me build this really complex little gearbox right in the middle of the thing. And I remember looking at it going, what in the world is this for? I have no idea at all. It wasn't until I got done that the Shield Helicarrier, which is about 3 feet long, has a crank at the very end of it that as you crank it, there's a gear structure that goes all the way down the middle and spans to the 4 fans. Whereas you turn the crank in the back, all 4 fans of the helicarrier will rotate in unison. Most clever, creative thing I've ever seen. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Alright. And with that, we're done with bag number 2, as a matter of fact. So, we're at about 50 minutes here. Let's get everyone's feedback. Want to do one more bag, or should we go ahead and call it a night?
I don't know. I guess it's up to you. I don't know. How long does another bag take?
I figured it probably took about 20 minutes a bag, basically. I can do another. I could easily do another. Yeah, I could do another 3 bags personally, but I'm thinking one more.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, yeah, one more. Why not?
All right. Cool. We'll do bag 3 then, and then we'll call it a night after that then.
Sweet.
So. All right, one brief second while I mute you while I go ahead and open up plastic. 1 second. Actually, before we do that, I'm just now seeing a couple of spare pieces. I'm seeing I have 3 of the same spare piece. I missed something. I know I missed something somewhere, and I think I know exactly where I missed it now that I realize what I'm looking at here. Yep, I know exactly what I missed. It was when I was actually closing off the foot portion here. Yep, I know exactly what it is. On this guy, I did not put this little gray piece in here first. Yep. Exceedingly minor, but I just noticed it, so. It's anytime you have more than one of the same piece of extra that you realize you missed something in a step. There we go. All right, now I'll mute you again. Be right back. And I have returned. Okay, one of the things I also do anytime I do go through bags is when I open them, I always lay them flat and, so to speak, pet the bags, I guess you could say. Because I've actually had times in the past where I've thought I've actually gotten everything out of the bags. And there are several Lego pieces that are borderline very clear. And I've missed them and left them in the bags and been short them before. So I always pat the bag down to make sure I didn't completely miss a piece. So now what's interesting is in these instructions it says bag 3 plus 2 of these pieces. These are a couple of different random pieces that are just too big to go into a bag, so they're just simply in the box. So it just calls those out specifically that we'll be pulling those out as well to help build out part of R2's torso here. And even then, we'll be building out first this section of him. So as we can, like, the first sub-assembly we'll be working on here. Alright, so diving in. At the moment, I'm taking his leg and just setting it off to the side because I don't need it right now. Taking this guy, and I've got 6 of these black connectors. 1 at these top 2 corners. 1, 2, 3, and 4 holes up from the bottom. 3 and 4. Okay, now I've got 3 of these grays. Pretty sure it's gonna be that one. Yep, I was right. And hey, I know I said earlier I do go ahead and count them. Sometimes it's faster to just compare them to the one-to-one thing there. I can be lazy too, what can I say? Alright, so there's that. Now we come to a new symbol. Hey, what do you know? Right here is a rather confusing looking symbol. Basically, it means you're going to take the entire thing that you're working with and twist and turn it into a different way. So you see you're looking at this where the gray things are on the top. Now the gray things are on the bottom here. So basically, that guy just basically means either turn it over or flip it around so that you're working at it with a different angle. So in this case, you're just doing that. So the thing that they're doing with this is they're trying to keep all of these instructions as language agnostic as possible. Alright, so with this guy, I'm going 2 spots over. So that should go right there. Okay, we've got another little sub-assembly part here now. Need this black guy, this gray plus piece. Black one at an angle there. We got a blue pipe that comes in. Now I got to be careful because this one actually does free rotate. Now we've got a gray piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, this is the right piece. So the gray one goes in at 4, and the blue is at 4, 6. Yep, that's correct. Oh, that's interesting. So this is going to come in from the bottom and go in like such. That's interesting. So he's barely even hanging on at the moment. But now we're going to take another one of these guys. 2 more pins in him. And literally pinch him into place. Ah. Which means he's basically a lever of some sort, or extendable arm, I guess. That's interesting. Again, something we'll find out how it works later. Alright, I think that's everything so far. Now we're here, we need 2 of these small blues. Okay, first off we're in the flipping back to the top. This guy goes here. 2, 3. And we're back to here. Alright. Okay. Take this guy, bring him in from the side. Another plus piece that goes all the way through. And one of these black connectors. And again, we're getting a good indicator that this lines up the edge here. And then also, because of the black and the blue there, he has to go here. Makes that a lot easier, which is nice. Alright. Now we need a black 5. One of them and one of them. He'll go on this end. And this guy will go all the way through like that. And then he just continues on right here. But he doesn't go on like that, he goes on like that. So both of those connect. Got it. That makes more sense. Good, okay. Alright. So now in this case, the little turning icon doesn't mean flip over, it just means rotate 90 degrees this way. I don't know why it's having me rotate, just to see these two holes a little bit better, I guess. Sometimes their decisions for rotation are a little unusual to me, but hey, whatever. So those two go in there. And then we've got this white piece, which connects on here. Again, I'd be very curious to see how all this ends up, actually. Alright. I've got another little sub-assembly coming here with a little cannon-like piece. This guy's going into the middle of here. Where I've got a triangular piece and a golden bullet goes on the end of there. This goes on here. And then this goes on the end here. From the looks of things, right there. So we've got that going on. Sorry if I'm moving this towards the camera as being it refocused too quickly. I apologize there. Alright. So we'll grab one of them. A couple more black connectors here for the ends. And 3 of the longer blue ones, which goes in the 1, 2, 3, 4, first, 4th, and 7th holes. And then it closes off. And then this guy just centers on this end, apparently. Pretty easy. Alright, and now we're playing with red pieces, I guess. Got those. 2 of the blue pipes going up. Come on. I love it when they're difficult, he said sarcastically. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 from this end. There we go. Got this black L going down, and he's on here. Okay. Another one of these beige spacers. And these ends going on there. I got a white cap literally going on there. So looking at the piece list, we use that, got that, got that, got that one, 2 of those, 1 of those, 2 of those. Okay, yeah, I got everything. So he's going to attach in the corner here from the looks of things. All right. And now we've gone from red to green for the opposite corner, apparently. Like I said, for the interiors of these things, it doesn't matter if it's the R2-D2, if it's the 1989 Batmobile. As soon as you get to the inner pieces and things are not visible and doesn't matter from the exterior, they love to use every color under the sun for the interior pieces. And it's absolutely beautiful as you're working with them. It really is. The Technics for the interior for the 89 Batmobile, if you take the very back of the Batmobile and twist the turbine, there's Technic going all the way through it, and there's two machine guns that pop up just like in the movie, and all the colors that come together for that you use for the whole construction of that thing. Again, absolutely beautiful work on that one as well. Alright, that. Then here. Alright, this one goes in the opposite corner, as I said. Alright. Okay, so now we're going to rotate this guy in an upward direction. We've got 5 of these little things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, put the first one up here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, 5, I suppose, technically. Alrighty. And we're going to attach this now to the leg. So I gotta hit the leg is now orientated correctly. So the nice thing is I can use this L as a reference here. If I want this L in this way, if I was looking at it this way, this would be incorrect. So I know I want it on this side. He's going to connect here. So I need to align this black and this blue. This black, which is a plus, into this green's plus hole. Man, that just sounds so weird. This blue will have to go here. That's first part of alignment.
Plus hole.
I know.
Plus hole. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm still paying attention.
As soon as it came out, I was like, I'm gonna regret saying that. I know I will. And then these 2 blue pegs on the leg are going to align to this part of the gray. So they've actually got parts corresponding on each other, which is really smart. And Shazam. They are together. Fantastic. Alright. Now, we're on to the other side. So, grab this guy. I got 6 more. I'm never going to hear the end of that, am I, Heather? I really am not. Oh, boy.
What was it, a plug hole?
Yeah, plus hole. A plus hole.
Plus hole. Plus hole.
Yeah.
Plus hole. Alright, yeah, I can't forget that.
No, you cannot, no.
Plus hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in trouble on that one. I knew it was going to happen. Alrighty. Yeah, I quit. Alright. Now, when you're dealing with builds like this, where you have pieces that are basically mirroring each other, as soon as you start going through and getting to the second side does tend to go significantly quicker, because like, okay, yeah, I remember the vast majority of this, but you do also need to be careful that you don't misassume something, though, too, because as soon as you are mirroring it, you got to take into account, A, the mirror effect, but then also, B, if you are mirroring it, it might not be a perfect mirror for whatever reason too. So you just need to be careful in that regards. So we've got that there. All right, so far so good. Now we've got this guy with him again. He's on there. Got this one now. This gray one. Four and six. It's gonna go in there, and again, it's gonna come right up in here. And this one's gonna slide right into the hole. Yep. And again, we'll go to the next page, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Where are you guys? There's you. And you. Oops. He'll go right there. Come on, Zippy. There we go. All right, so that's going there. We've got that guy going on here. Okay, we're flipping that back over. It's going on the corresponding hole within 3 over. Nice. All right, another little sub-assembly coming here. Oh boy. Yeah. Plus hole is not going to go away anytime soon. Oy vey. Oh, actually, you know what? Okay, here's a perfect example of I assumed mirroring and I'm already starting to do wrong. So I started assembling this and I started going right into doing this part, which I did for the other side, and I didn't bother to read that this is what I need to be doing here. So I need to grab these guys, and this is exactly what I was actually thinking this was, is these little arms here, this one here and this one here are both for his like micro, R2-D2 is like micro torches and whatnot, his little utility tools that he always has available to him. That's exactly what these are going to be used for. So again, the attention to the level of detail on these things is just mind-boggling to me, in the best flipping way possible. So yeah, this is just so cool. This really is. I would not be surprised in the slightest if we actually took this actual completed figure when he's done and actually compared him to like scenes from the movie and went, okay, yeah, that's from episode 4, that's from episode 5, that's from episode 6, that's from where he fixed Luke's hand when he injured it, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure that's exactly what's going to happen here. So, yeah. All right, so we've got that going here. And this guy, I believe, should be orientated like this. Does that look correct? Yes, that looks correct. So we've got come on. And yep, I was actually exactly right there too. So this part that slides out is exactly what he's going to do. Is this part here, we're going to have a mechanism later where that's going to be how the arms and whatnot come out. We'll do something to have it come out and then just push it back in later. The minds that design these things. So next April, if things go according to plan, I'm hoping for a two-plus week trip to the UK and Norway. And part of my trip to Norway will be to visit the Lego house.
Are you seriously? You're going to Norway in April? You're going to Norway in April?
Yes. Uh-huh. Yep. Not for the reason that you're thinking, but yeah.
I hate you. I hate you.
Hey, you guys are welcome to come with if you want, but I don't even know.
I just spent all this money on a cruise, so I don't know if.
No, I'm still actually planning on going that too. I just haven't made that happen yet, actually.
Yeah. We'll see.
But anyway, yeah, no, I don't even know if Frogleaf's actually going to be doing a concert that right then too either. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, the big thing for me is actually the other big thing is actually to go see the actual Lego house. And
is that in Norway?
Yes, it is.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So if there's a chance to actually maybe just meet some designers and just hear a session or whatnot, or if they give a talk or anything, even if they give a kids talk, I'll still sit in the back and just be utterly fascinated, I'm sure. So it's the kind of geek I am. You know that, Heather. Come on. So
I do know this.
And actually, everybody who's listening right now probably knows that about me too already. I mean, if you're listening to this because it's me, I mean, you already know that about me. So yeah. All right. So we're onto this little white doohickey piece right there. So he goes on like such. All right. We'll grab dark gray pieces now. More of these black connectors. This is going to be holes 1, 4, and 7 again. 1, 4, 7. Yes. Yes. And then we'll close that off. And that will go here. That looks good. And then 4 more of these guys on top. Come on, there you go. 2, 3, and 4. Alright, and we're actually already attaching this piece onto the leg assembly. So I want to lay him this way. And it looks like we've got another plus hole situation going here. So we're going to be aligning these guys into here and here. I'll bring that up to the camera a little better. So these two are going to be going into here. I'm trying to show it a little better. And then the top here are going to line up into these holes, into these pegs here. So might have to set this down to do it correctly. Yep, here we go. It's also one of these things where you also got to judge the durability of the thing that you're building to. How hard or gentle do you have to press before you know how strong the thing is that you're making. Come on, Zippy. There we go. There's those two. Yep, that looks good, and that looks good. Alright, those are in place. Alright. So now we've got one of these. To go here. We've got this black one. This is an unusual piece, okay. That one goes there. But that goes like this. Okay, interesting. That's crazy. Okay, so now the red and green pieces that I attached on the other side are now secured at the top here as well. So we basically built effectively a cube now. More structural support at the top. Wow. Again, cool stuff here. Alright. But again, easily amused, I know. Alright, I got that guy. He's going into the middle here. This one with him. Intriguing, okay. Again, the minds that come up with this stuff. I figure they just go ahead and build the heck out of these things, finally get it in the final configuration that they want, and then build it and rebuild it 12 times to just get it just right. And then they bring in the marketing guys to make it all colorful. Okay. Alright. Now we need another... this... with this... this... with this... This one goes on the other side this time. And then this one here. But this one gets a spacer. Oh, because this one goes off the edge. That's why. Okay. That looks right. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. All right. So this one now is going to go here. There we go. Wow. Yeah, it's even orientated correctly. Hey, what do you know? It's almost like I know what I'm doing. I'm a little frightened here. Alrighty. This guy goes in the middle. Yeah, if anyone else is frightened by the fact that it looks like I know what I'm doing, yeah, you're not the only ones afraid here. I'm a little petrified myself. looks good. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. There we go. This one. All right. And this one will help square out the other side from the looks of things. Alrighty. So we want to grab a drink quick. 1 sec. Alright. This guy's going in the middle. Fascinating pegs here. He's going into the second hole over. And then he'll connect here. Then he goes this way to literally pin him into place. Oh, this is crazy looking. Again, another example of I have no idea what in the world I'm building yet. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Spacer on one end, spacer on the other end, hole there, hole there. Now, this is a technique I've seen them do several times now, which I find fascinating. So they're going to have me put this piece in, but instead of going all the way in, I'm only putting in part way, so that when I actually put this piece into the actual final position later, once both of these are in place, everything's ready, and then they can just have me go ahead and slide both these pins into place to lock it into its final resting position. So again, prep work, pre-thought, brilliant planning again. All right, so that's there. Now this guy should go on top here. Just need to be careful that I don't bump it into place too soon, like I was just doing a second ago here. And then I've got 2 more of these guys going on top right now, doing the exact same thing. Alright. So now it's showing me where to put it into place and how to orientate everything. And then it's showing me exactly how to align everything and how not to align everything. So I need to actually study this for a minute or 3 here. So I've got the red on the right. So yeah, it looks like I've actually got this aligned up correctly. It wants me to have the yellow portion right here and not have it angled too far to the right. It wants it to be where it's at right now. So looks like I did it correctly. All right. So now it's actually directing me with this instruction here, these 4 yellow arrows, to push those 4 pins into place that I was talking about before, to go ahead and lock, try to, maybe, eventually. There we go. Just like the lug nuts on a car, as soon as you get one into place, you're set. Alright. And now I'm basically going to do the same thing for the other side here. So, this guy, grabbing him again. So out of this entire set, I believe there was 14 bags, either 14 or 15. I believe it was 14 bags total, as memory serves. So basically, let's say a bag set takes half an hour. We're looking at another at least 3 or 4 sessions for doing this. So just to kind of give an overall idea of the time frame of how much this takes.
That's a long time.
Oh yeah. Now, this is also me going a bit slower than usual, because I'm also explaining it, answering periodic questions and whatnot as well too, and being a little bit more thorough, so to speak.
Right.
But I'm also enjoying the sharing of these stories and the knowledge and the whatnot too. So this is always an enjoyable part of it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and Heather, I did completely forget. I don't have it, I don't remember if we talked about it or not. There is, and it's a big set, there is a very large haunted house set.
Yeah, we've talked about it before, I think.
We did? Okay, I can't remember if we had or not.
I think so, yeah. I was like, I think I found it, and then I sent it. And it's real expensive, though.
Well, no, not the one that you sent me. There's a newer haunted house set that's only like 8 months old, so it's still available.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I've started to look into Legos a little bit more, but honestly, I'm not into them too much. I haven't been.
Oh no, that's perfectly fine. I thought of it. I meant to mention it to you the other day and just forgot about it. So.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, I'm a little bit concerned because I just realized I do have a 1x6 piece here that's just randomly sitting around. I'm hoping I just haven't gotten to that step yet. We'll see, but maybe I missed a step. Hopefully he's just later on. Okay, so there's that. He comes up from the bottom here. He comes on the top. Alrighty. Got that guy there. This guy here. Go that side. Really? Come on. He'll go there. Alright. Nope, I missed the 1x6 step. I'll go back and look for it in a second. Oh well. So now I've got to basically place this guy in the exact same way as this one, but on the other side here. So... should be... Did that really go on with... Oh, that went on a lot. Okay, I see what's happening here. So he's actually just going on... he's plus pegs going onto round holes, which means it actually goes on very easily, which makes this assembly portion a lot easier. And it depends on these 4 pegs that I'm putting on from the sides to actually hold it into place. That's what's happening. Alrighty, so that's what's going on there. Alright, so let's now flip back and figure out where I missed this 1x6. How in the world did I miss an entire flippin' 1x6? I didn't remember seeing the 1x6 coming out of the bag either, too. I wonder if it was from the previous step and I just completely missed it there. Yada-da, yada-da. I probably did. Yep, that's exactly what I did. Yep, so... when I put the foot on to close it, I should have put the 1x6 on here first. So, which is kind of what I suspected, but I figured I'd confirm it. There we go. Alright, so here we are with bag 3 complete. So we had a little extra
Sweet.
gold nugget, a little extra wrench, which will add to the bucket of stuff. But yeah, that's what we got thus far.
All right. Cool.
So-
Well, thanks for doing this, Charles.
No, absolutely.
I'm gonna, sign off now or whatever you
Yeah,
want to
no,
call
not a
it.
problem. Yeah, it's fine.
All
So
right,
yeah, no,
cool.
everybody who was tuning in, so thank you very much. I'm glad we had a much more stable connection tonight. Tentatively, we'll shoot for maybe next Tuesday for going on with Bag 4. We'll see how schedules go for everybody, and if anything changes, I'll let you know, but that's what we're kind of thinking at the moment. So thank you very much, everybody, and have a great evening.